Southeast Georgia and the Lowcountry. This is WJCL 22 Morning News. See us now.
Right now on WJCL 22 Morning News, jury deliberations are set to start in just hours to decide the fate of the former cops charged with George Floyd's death. Why these three men could each face different verdicts.
Right now, people across Georgia honoring Ahmaud Arbery Day. Today marks 2 years since he was gunned down in Brunswick. The ceremony and marches happening today, and the trailblazing Congresswoman set to host.
A University of Georgia football recruit is recovering after being shot in his hometown. The reason police believe the shooting happened.
This wild helicopter crash at a ski resort caught on camera the way two Black Hawk helicopters collided, and the third helicopter crashed just this week.
It is right now 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. We are halfway through the week, folks, and we are live in Old Town Bluffton this morning. Beautiful start in the Lowcountry. We want to thank you so much for waking up with us right here on WJCL 22. Good morning, everyone. I'm Emma Hamilton.
And I'm Frank Solkowski. I always see those palm trees lit up like that. I love it. But I where do you plug it in?
That's a secret that you're not supposed to know.
Jonathan, do you know?
No.
He just controls the sun, not the lights.
Yeah, exactly right.
And there's been lots of it.
And there's a lot of it, yes.
Yeah, plenty of it for today for sure. Temperatures will be well above seasonal average. Should be 67. How about most of us mid-80s later this afternoon? Looking at that forecast for today, a little cool this morning, maybe a light jacket at best, a little fog around in a few areas, and 68 by 9, so we'll quickly warm up by mid-morning, 80 at lunchtime, 84 at 3 today, and then into the evening we'll see temperatures into the mid-70s. Sunglasses definitely needed. All the clouds and rain well to our north, and overall the next couple of days really looking dry all the way through the end of the work week. And here's the weather headlines that will show you that spring-like feel today, probably close to a record in Savannah this afternoon, and then more warm weather Thursday and Friday back into the 80s, but a little cooler for the weekend. And also I'll be tracking out maybe some showers around on Sunday. I'll have those details for you coming up in less than 10 minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Jonathan. Let's head over to Statesboro, Northside Drive there at the 301 bypass. That's better known as Veterans Memorial Parkway. As you can see, things flowing nicely as we just get past 6 o'clock on your Wednesday morning. Well, all new this morning, jury deliberations are set to start in a matter of hours in the federal trial of 3 former officers charged in the death of George Floyd. Closing arguments wrapped up yesterday.
And as ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, we got new insight into what happened during those deadly moments on a street in Minneapolis back in 2020.
Jury deliberations are set to begin today in the case against 3 former Minneapolis police officers involved in George Floyd's death. Tou Thao, Alexander King, and Thomas Lane are charged with depriving Floyd of his civil rights by failing to administer aid when Officer Derek Chauvin pressed his knee into Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes.
They're going to look at each individual officer's actions, what they did, what they didn't do during the time in which they were involved with Mr. Floyd.
During closing arguments Tuesday, prosecutors said the officers chose to do nothing as Floyd died. And they accuse Officer Thao, Chauvin's partner, of doing nothing to stop the crime in front of him, saying instead he had chosen to argue and mock people who tried to intervene. Tao's lawyer called Floyd's death a tragic event, but said a tragedy is not a crime.
This particular instance, I don't think speaks to that because we have innocent bystanders with no training at all that were aware that something was amiss.
Prosecutors also showed video of King casually picking gravel from the tire of a police SUV as Chauvin mocked Floyd's pleas for help. Although Lane voiced concern for Floyd, prosecutors say Lane did nothing to give him medical aid. Defense attorneys placed the blame on Chauvin, the senior officer, arguing he took command of the scene. The former officers with him that day now face life in prison if convicted, but legal experts say the verdicts could vary.
Each person has a level of responsibility, and these charges determine where each person lies on that level of responsibility. So you can absolutely see varying verdicts.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
All 3 men have pleaded not guilty. Chauvin is currently serving a 22-year sentence for murder. And Good Morning America will have a crew live outside of the courtroom moments before jury deliberations are set to begin this morning. GMA starts right after our show at 7 o'clock.
Well, right now it is Ahmaud Arbery Day around Georgia. Today marks 2 years since the 25-year-old was murdered while jogging in a Brunswick neighborhood. Yesterday, Gregory McMichael, Travis McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan Jr. were found guilty on federal hate crimes charges. They were convicted of murder in state court back in November. They now have 14 days to file post-trial motions, and the U.S. Probation Court or office has to hold a pre-sentencing interview before a sentencing hearing can be scheduled.
Well, several events are happening today all across the state to honor Arbery's life. Georgia Congresswoman Sandra Scott, who introduced the legislation for Ahmaud Arbery Day, is set to host a privileged resolution ceremony. That's starting at 10:30 at the National Center for Civil Rights and Human Rights in Atlanta. A candlelight vigil march is planned for 5 o'clock at the Ahmaud Arbery mural in Brunswick. And the Transformative Justice Coalition is set to meet for a discussion at 7 o'clock at St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Brunswick.
Well, right now, a University of Georgia football recruit recovering after being shot. Police say E.J. Lightsey was shot in his hometown of Fitzgerald back on Monday night. Lightsey is expected to be okay, but police say another victim is seriously hurt. Police believe the shooting gang-related, but they say Lightsey was in the wrong place at the wrong time and got caught in the crossfire. Now take a look at this Instagram post from UGA football earlier this month that celebrated the high school seniors' commitment to the Bulldogs. It says, quote, "The best in GA, stay in GA. Welcome home, E.J. Lightsey."
Several people are hurt after an explosion and fire at a Oregon potato chip plant. You can see that massive cloud of black smoke billowing into the sky as flames spread through the building. Authorities say at least 6 people are hurt, 2 of them hospitalized. They believe the fire was caused by a boiler explosion. Nearly 60 firefighters worked for hours to put out the flames. People living near the Shearer's food plant had to evacuate because of the smoke, and the Union Pacific Railroad shut down traffic on a nearby line.
Well, we now know that another person has died following a deadly tornado outbreak in Kentucky late last year. Authorities say a woman died from her injuries yesterday. We're told the woman was pregnant when the tornado hit and that she was forced to deliver her baby early, and unfortunately, the baby did not survive. The death toll now up to 80. Well, right now, a sanctions showdown as pressure continues to mount on Russia's president to de-escalate its military force along the Ukrainian border. But as our Aixa Diaz reports from Washington, Vladimir Putin is showing no signs of backing down.
Frank, Russian lawmakers have authorized Vladimir Putin to use military force outside of Russia in what President Biden is calling the beginning of an invasion of Ukraine.
We still believe that Russia is poised to go much further in launching a massive military attack against Ukraine.
President Biden says Russia isn't done yet. After Russian troops moved into separatist areas of eastern Ukraine, the White House is anticipating a larger invasion. The president announced new sanctions yesterday, targeting Russian banks and Russian elites and cutting off Moscow from Western finances.
These have been closely coordinated with our allies and partners, and will continue to escalate sanctions if Russia escalates.
No sanctions will be enough until Russian boots withdraw from Ukrainian soil.
Ukrainian officials say world leaders should continue putting pressure on Russia until Putin backs down. For now, Ukraine's president says he's not mobilizing the country's full military. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Antony Blinken has called off plans to meet with his Russian counterpart this week.
It does not make sense to go forward with that meeting at this time.
That also means a meeting between President Biden and President Putin is now off the table. The U.S. says Russia is making it clear it's not interested in diplomacy. In Washington, Aixa Diaz, WJCL 22 News.
Well, this morning, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham has a strong message for the Russian president. Yesterday, he compared Vladimir Putin to Adolf Hitler before World War II.
I'd like to go after Putin and his cronies as hard as we can. I would like to make life miserable for Putin and those who support him, because if we don't, other bad actors are going to move quickly in other areas.
Senator Graham also said this issue will impact food prices here in the U.S. because Ukraine is the 4th largest wheat exporter in the world.
This morning, all eyes are on Queen Elizabeth. The monarch is battling a case of COVID right now and is holding off on virtual events while she recovers. Coming up on Good Morning America, you can see a live report from Windsor Castle with the latest on the Queen's diagnosis. All new this morning, a ski resort chopper crash caught on camera. 2 Black Hawk helicopters collided near this resort in Utah yesterday. The National Guard says no crew members or skiers were hurt. You can see the aftermath of the crash in this video. Right now, investigators are working to figure out what caused that crash.